Today, we're going to give you a tip about the moon. That's right. We're going to talk about moon and moon phases, real quick overview. Hopefully, I'll be able to give you some information that's going to maybe give you that edge when you're looking to fish for those striped bass this spring when it comes up. So let's talk about the phases. Well, there's basically 8 lunar cycle phases. I'll put them right here. But we're not going to talk about all 8 because for the most part, you know what? We're not going to remember all 8 anyway. And I like to focus on basically 5 phases. Let's talk about the first one, the full moon. The full moon we all heard about. It's bright. It's gorgeous. Good time to fish, especially at night. Now, why? Why do we want to fish on a full moon? During a full moon, you're going to have these tidal movements, these stronger currents. When that happens, bait fish start to get pushed out of their little hiding places and their cover. And instead of like maybe hiding in some weeds as the currents are pushing them out, they start to gather around, making it easier for the fish to feed. So you get these fishing frenzies and these fishing bites that are insane. That's what you're looking for on the full moon. You're looking for those situations that arise due to the fact that the full moon causes these high and fast and turbulent tidal movements. You're always going to get a higher high tide during the full moon, as well as a lower low tide during the full moon. Now, what's the next moon? You might not have heard of this moon much, but it's important to fishermen. It's the new moon. The new moon is, there's some fishermen that just don't believe in fishing a new moon, especially at night. And I kind of agree with that because a new moon is a dark moon, okay? There's less light. There's more opportunity for bait fish to kind of find places to hide under the cover of darkness. So usually the new moon, not the time to actually be fishing at night. Now, leading up to the new moon is another phase, and that's called the waning crescent. Now, the waning crescent just prior to the new moon is usually a pretty good time to fish. Why? The tides are starting to pick up, currents starting to pick up, we're starting to get movement, so you're going to have better fishing on a waning crescent, sunrise to basically sunset. Those are your best times to be fishing that particular moon period. The next movement is the waxing crescent. What is the waxing crescent? Well, that's the time after the new moon. So after the new moon, it does start getting a little lighter now. However, your tide conditions and your currents are going to start slowing down as well. So when that happens, fish tend to back off. Why? Because the bait fish start to find cover again. So for instance, if you're fishing for striped bass, you're not going to find too many fans of people fishing a waxing crescent, after a new moon. Sure, that's like a couple of days after the new moon. You're not going to find many fans. Now, the last moon is probably the most important moon to talk about. I call that the off moon. That is when you are off from work and you could go fishing. Because all this moon stuff is nonsense if you can't fish. So on the off moon, which is the day that you're free to go fishing, check out the moon that day. It's a quick Google search. You check it out, see what phase you're in, and then maybe that could determine when you're going to start fishing, how you're going to fish, who you're going to target, because fish like fluke might be a better bite on a waxing crescent than something like a striped bass. So those are the type of things that you want to consider. If you're into pelagics and you're looking for tuna and swords, sailfish. Well, that's a whole nother type of ball game because those fish may act, or definitely do act, differently on those particular moon cycles. This is Captain V. Hopefully you learned something. Maybe I gave you a little tip. But let's get out there and let's pay attention to the moon.